What's up, everybody? Tonight's video is gonna be a little bit more serious than I normally do. It's a touchy subject that I think gets overlooked a lot in terms of professional athletes and athletes in general. And I think that after watching a couple of these clips, you guys will see what I'm talking about, and then I'll give you guys my opinion on it. And of course, as always, I love the feedback. Any and everything is appreciated. And with that said, let the video commence.
You say the only people in your life who haven't stolen from you are your kids. Now that you are an adult, now that at least right now you're out of basketball, are you searching out other people to build adult relationships with? Or are you or is everything that's happened in your life been so difficult?
You want me to be real with you?
Yeah.
I don't leave the house. I play basketball and I go home. I don't care what y'all do no more. Like, all I care about is playing basketball all day. I go home and I try to talk to my kids as much as I can. I don't see them as much as I can because I'm not traveling as much no more. I don't know what to expect when I leave this house no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I've reached out and I've reached out and I've reached out and I've reached out and I've reached out so more that I gotta die with some kind of dignity.
See, that's not sustainable. Like, you too young, bro. That's not sustainable.
So obviously, that's Michael Beasley, former, I believe, number 2 overall draft pick by the Miami Heat. I want to say Kansas State alone. And overall, just a bucket. Go-getter. Always been about a bucket. It's been a couple of years since we've seen him play in the league. And this is... well, he's talking about how he's living his life right now. And obviously, you heard that. He says he doesn't go outside. He plays basketball and he goes home. He doesn't... he talks to his kids as much as he can, but he doesn't see them. And I don't know if you caught it, but he said that he just doesn't know what's going to happen when he leaves his house. That's a lot of trauma that brother's dealing with. I think that it's very scary to think that somebody who's been as successful as he is, and in terms of achieving his goal of getting drafted into the NBA, doing the thing he loves, getting to play basketball. It's fun. It's a kid's game at the end of the day, and I don't say that to disrespect anybody who plays it professionally, because I love the game of basketball myself. But it's unfortunate that due to whatever circumstances it was, he's developed this outlook on life where he's so stricken, I don't want to say by fear, but it seems like by hurt, by pain, that he can't even interact in the regular world. He doesn't feel comfortable because of everything he's been through. He's jaded, and it's unfortunate. And I think that we have to start taking stuff like that into consideration when talking about these athletes. They're people too. But I'm gonna let it continue.
Sustainable. Like, you too young, bro. That's not sustainable, bro. You can still play ball.
So
that's not sustainable.
So I can come up here, I can tell you somebody else's life, and I'm willing to do it. Hold on, I'm gonna turn my head backward, I'm gonna put a smile on for you, and I'm gonna, like, bro, I'm gonna.
You don't gotta put nothing on for me.
Or I can just sit back and I'm gonna tell you what it is. Yeah. Like, I know that's not sustainable, but at the same time, like, what?
Please, none of us can do it. None of us can do it alone, bro.
Reach out.
Go out. Go out where?
Go out, talk to people, interact with people. Like, bro, real talk. I'll call us out. Us 3. Bro, you be in Miami?
If y'all party, I don't party, bro.
No. We don't party, bro. I'm talking about you have kids, I have kids. Come to my house. We can get bounce houses for the kids. We can sit back on the porch, drink a couple beers, drink some wine, hang out. Like, bro, that's not a normal, successful man's life to sit up in the house like that. Like, you gotta find good people. And us three can be good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's not that's not
no
bro.
disrespect to what y'all got going on. I've been trying to find good people for so long. I'm tired, bro.
You know,
I would say this. It's a 100%, bro. It's so okay to be.
So obviously from that second clip, you know, you see that the gentleman doing this, you know, I wouldn't even call it an interview. I think it's just a sit down, you know, a show of love and affection for a brother who's hurting. Obviously, my boy RC is up there. Shout out to him. I'm not familiar with the other two gentlemen involved in this podcast, the Pivot Podcast. Obviously, I want to make sure they get credit for this because, you know, they did an amazing job just sitting down with Bees and getting, not his 2 cents, but just giving him a space where he could open up and express himself. But to continue, you know, we see these gentlemen trying to extend that olive branch with Michael and just show that people care about him, and it's tough to watch him turn it down, not because we're saying he doesn't need help, but because he, you know, and he said it himself, he's tired. He's reached out so much for help that, you know, it's not even, the help hasn't been given, nor has he been taken seriously. And I think that that's an issue that we don't talk about enough, that we're not taking it serious when these professional athletes ask for help or are saying they want to have a circle around them that's, you know, that are good people, which shouldn't be a lot to ask for anybody, let alone somebody with means. You know, not to say that to have means or not have means should make it any easier or not easy to have a good circle of friends, acquaintances, whatever it is around you. But it's disheartening, man, that he has it right in front of him, but he's so jaded now that he can't even accept it because he's not sure if it's genuine or not, because of what he's been through, because of who's hurt him. Because it's not just the experience, it's also who's involved with the experience that causes issues as well. And I just think that goes a long way into understanding this perspective of his. But let's continue.
Like, I got, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't got nothing left. You ain't got nothing left to give.
I'll tell you this, bro. I'll be it. Like, whatever you need, dog. Like, you just want to talk. Like, I for sure can't hoop with you. I'll go out there and pass that hoe. Like, what we're saying is, bro, like, we want to be those people. Bringing you here wasn't about this. I wanted to talk basketball and hoops. But, dog, folks love you, dog. Nobody want to see you go through this.
I got me a Beasley jersey out the motherfucking house. Because I was down here when he got drafted.
I think the thing is, man, like, so many times as black men, we are asked because of talent to carry everybody. We are not made to carry everybody. Black women are asked to carry everybody. They are not made to carry everybody. Dog, it takes a fucking village, bro. And at some point, you gotta have somebody who don't need shit from you, who don't want shit from you, who want to see you win, man. Like, we don't do this for us. Yeah, like you want to build these things, but it's about these conversations. It's about bringing people on here and letting them tell their story. When Freddie said, man, you could tell your narrative, tell that shit and I'll preach it too. What we saying is, man, don't give up, and we won't give up.
I can't say I know exactly what you're going through, but I've seen a lot of, I've heard a lot of stories, and I've seen a lot of guys that have come from our demographic and our background. They really, you know, fight and they bust their ass.
But everybody just sit there and laugh
Like Antoine Walker go through whatever he go through. Motherfuckers to sit there and make jokes. Allen Iverson was a fucking joke for a while until everybody found out that shit wasn't true. He turned. It's like, bro, no, bro. Being black is so fake right now. It's like motherfuckers only care when it's time for somebody to die and the cameras to show. It's like, bro, motherfuckers is out here showing every day that they need help. It's in the music, and we only listen to it to these die. It's like, bro, everybody out here needs help, and everybody walking around this motherfucker like they got it all together.
Hold up.
So, I mean, that last 2 minutes, 30 seconds really speaks for itself. And I normally don't do videos like this with extended clips, but I just think that it had to be done for this one because it just needed to be done. It explains itself. So all I'm doing at this point is just giving my opinion on it. But, you know, he said it. He was the butt of the joke. You know, people made all types of assumptions about him between his work ethic and just his habits and behaviors. And, you know, I won't lie and say that I didn't fall into that, believing that narrative in the beginning of his career. But since him not being in the league, all we see is videos of him playing ball, just working, grinding, hustling, going hard. So it's like, how can you say that somebody doesn't have the work ethic when they're putting it in and they're not even being considered for a job? Michael Beasley is, by all intents and purposes, unemployed, but he still gets up every day, plays ball every day, works on his craft every day. How can somebody like that not be in the league? It doesn't make sense to me. And this isn't me campaigning for him to return to the league. The most important thing at this point is this brother's asking for help, and he was being laughed at. It felt like he was being laughed at. And what's not seen in this clip, he actually mentions a lot of the things that happened with his family, you know, with family stealing from him and whatnot. And it's crazy to think that, or it's not so much that it's crazy, but it's even more sad that we're taught as children, when you need help, you go to family. But in his case, family was the one doing the hurting. So who do you go to when the ones closest to you who are supposed to be there for you are the ones causing you pain? And then not to mention, the other people around you are hurting you as well that aren't family. So now who do you turn to? So I can understand why he's jaded. And like I said, it's very unfortunate. And I just hope that this brother's getting the help that he needs. And I hope, you know, the brothers on this podcast, they really do take him under their wings and, you know, uplift this brother because he needs it. But in closing, guys, I just want you guys to really take into consideration that while these people, obviously it's not a gender specific thing, but while these people are athletes, you know, playing a kid's game for a living, they're still human beings. So when that person has a bad game or a bad performance, or they don't win a ring or don't get any awards, whatever the case may be, just understand that when you talk about people, you should talk about them in context of what they do, not who they are. Because a lot of times we question people's character over how they dribble a basketball or how they shoot a basketball or swing a bat or throw a pitch or catch a football. But we have to look at the bigger picture and look at the person itself and be able to separate the person from the player. You know, we shouldn't be taking character assassinations at somebody for missing a free throw. or when we hear these stories about athletes going broke or having to be put on an allowance or anything, listen, at the end of the day, it'd be just like if you lost all your money and you had to struggle to get by, which most of us do on a day in and day out basis. I don't know, man. I just pray that MB is getting help